And we're going to make our way up into the second tower. Now I've got a moon door here, which will only open if it is between 6 PM and before 6 AM. Luckily it is. The reason for that is because we're about to meet the fake Dracula. Now the reason there is a fake Dracula... What if I didn't want to pull that lever, Konami? Huh? Bastards, making assumptions. The reason there is a fake Dracula is, of course, that in recovering from its plague of awful communism, Transylvania has decided that they would denationalise the various services, including the Dracula service. So we now have two competing Draculas. We have the more traditional Christopher Lee type Dracula that we're about to meet now, and we also have our blue-headed cockboy Dracula, who is angsty little shite with a dark past. Okay, Carrie is surprised by absolutely nothing because Dracula hasn't turned up yet. The Castle Duckula sneaks into shot. But now, Dracula is in fact floating up in front of Castle Duckula. Here he is, and he's got a voice, so I'm going to shut the fuck up now. Hooray!
Miserable upstart weakling. All who oppose the Dark Lord must die. Come, meet your doom.
Okay, now Curry's plan here is in fact to do exactly as Dracula says. It ranks right up there with the Belmont family obsession with killing death in the list of incredibly stupid plans. And here's a weird little thing. Yeah, Castle Duckula is apparently mobile. Now, the reasoning behind this, I guess, is to try and make it look like we're actually standing inside the castle, so that if we look up far enough, we'll only see the sky and not the castle. Unfortunately, they're trying to do it with a 2D effect, and it looks like absolute arse. Like, why did they try to do that? It obviously doesn't work. It makes no sense. It's very, very, very stupid. It just makes it look like the castle's trying to run away from you. Maybe it is. Maybe Castle Duckula is afraid of the press and fears that we might be a member of the paparazzi, who knows. Anyway, we're actually about to finish the level. We're going to drop down here, we're going to go back into this area again. Yep, the same area. There's some blood on that wall for some reason. I don't know at all. I don't know anything anymore. In fact, I never did. And we've got these bizarrely tough skeletons. Now, sometimes you'll kill a skeleton in one hit. Other times you will, in fact, not do that. So you've got a headless skeleton going to chase us around. Ah, you've got no head, you stupid bastard. You shouldn't make noises when you've got no head. In fact, you shouldn't make noises when you've got no lungs either, but that's not the point. Okay, now the exit to the level is just like literally a few feet ahead of us. But we're not going to end the video here, because I'm going to show you the Midnight Secret instead. Because it's very exciting. Well, no it's not, but it's fun at least. And it allows us to get this up to 15 minutes or so. Which is a good length of time for a video, I find. We look around, and I wish they'd stop doing that. Well, at least I haven't been ambushed by Cerberus dogs yet. I said, well, I haven't been ambushed by Cerberus dogs yet. Oh, for God's sake, they're late. Miserable timekeeping. Now, for those of you who are familiar with their Greek mythology, you will know, of course, the weakness of Cerberus, as discovered by Hercules, was spamming him to death with axes. So that's precisely what we're going to do here. Ow, stop eating me. Bad doggy. Bad doggy. In your bed. I mean dead. Okay, so I've got to fight 6 Cerberus dogs in a row here. Now, they've got the first 3 are these basic ones, which can only try to eat us. They're not very good at that either, so we're just ow, stop eating me, bad dog. Right, so we've killed off the first 3 Cerberus dogs, and that opens this gate. Now, idiots will now dash ahead, going to the opposite gate, but that's stupid. Because we get jumped by 2 fire Cerberuses here. Now, these ones can spit fireballs, strangely enough, but we're not going to let them do that, because that's silly. So we killed them too, and that leaves holy water. Obviously we don't want holy water here, because we want to keep throwing axes at them. And we have the final Cerberus dog. Oh, dramatic. Yeah, this is the final Cerberus dog. I was going to call him Hell Cerberus. Now, the difference in this and the other 2 Cerberus dogs will not be viewable by you, because you've never seen them do their fire attacks anyway. Essentially, if this battle lasts long enough, he will actually turn invisible, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, but the battle doesn't last long enough anyway, so really not an issue. Ow. Fucking bat. Oh yes, again, we get ambushed from bat space, which is today to Carrie's right. Or was then, when it ambushed us, anyway. Now, I am told by the GameSpot strategy guide I have been consulting on these various matters, that there should, somewhere around here, be an invisible platform that leads up to a torch on a platform that's up high on one of these walls above these torches. But in practice, it doesn't seem to exist. I mean, if there's maybe some special way to make it appear, I don't know, but it's not there, conspicuously, and it's not there. So where the hell is it? Who knows? It is a mystery. Alright, maybe there's some special conditions to make it appear. Maybe it was removed in the PAL version because you can exploit the invisible platform that leads up to it because none of the Cerberuses can hit you there. Who the fuck knows? Anyway, so now we're in the castle's, well, the villa, in fact, the villa in front of the castle's front garden, and we're going to attack by this glowing skull thing. Here lies the lord of this mansion, Order Ice. I order ice with my curry, and I, the lord of this mansion, have buried in my family in random locations on my front lawn. It's traditional, you see. Here lies my beloved wife, Mary. Poor Mary died in a nun-throwing accident. I told her not to. Here lies my beloved son, Henry, victim of the sequel. He turned up there, you see. I never liked this fucking cat anyway, though. Blasted creature. And finally, of course, there is the most tragic of all the gravestones in my front lawn, the moon card gravestone. I don't know why I put that there, I honestly don't. My grandmother used to do tarot readings, so I thought I'd leave the card in that tombstone for no apparent reason at all. Okay, anyway, so we're going to use a moon card here to advance it to 6 o'clock, because we're going to try and do the Midnight Secret. Now, the Midnight Secret requires us to be standing at the fountain at midnight. Isn't that odd for a midnight secret? However, I'm not going to make you sit through 6 hours of me just battling monsters and grinding for monies. So instead, I'm going to, any minute now, I'm going to fade out. Now, during the night, we get attacked by ghosties here. During the day, we get attacked by skeletons. So, that's a bit of variation for you, isn't it? Up there is all power-ups that we've seen before. There's a roast beef, there's about 1,000 gold, there's sun card, moon card, and there is a purifying. No, really, that is the name of the thing. It is called a purifying. I didn't know that purifying was a noun. We've all learned something today, haven't we? What that does is, if you get attacked by a vampire, there is a chance that you will get the status ailment vampire. Now that requires you to use a purifying, or you will eventually get game overed by turning into a vampire. And I don't think you can use healing items while you've got the vampire status either, which is cruel and horrid. So it's good to have load those around, the same as it's good to have a bunch of cures around in case you get poisoned. So anyway, now that we've got our purifying, we can go down here, we can save the game by pressing the white jewel. You save at this point? Yes, we will. And that is it for this update. Join us next time in Villa. I have been Evil Tim. Goodbye.